When the stars were still new at their watchposts in the heavens, when the moon still dripped with the blood of the earth that birthed it, when the line of Magnan failed and war ravaged the north, 4 heroes set out from a mist-shrouded island to find a secret kingdom and steal its greatest treasure, the Book of Dawn. Welcome everybody to Casters and Castles Quest for the Book of Dawn. I'm Tormented by Gnomes. It is my exquisite pleasure to be your dungeon master today. And joining us, we have our fantastic cast. We've got Bren, Ash, Josh, and Mitch. Welcome back, everyone. It's great to have you here.
Woo!
Good to be back.
Damn, took us a hell of a long time to get back together, huh?
Yeah,
It did.
about a year. About a year. The last episode went live on YouTube August 20th last year.
That's not bad. That's nearly to the day.
Believe we're in August of 2021.
I know. We're speedrunning
yeah.
it. It's nonsense.
Time does seem to have flown. Yeah.
No, dude, we like Griffin turned 7 months old today.
Today.
I'm feeling it. I'm like, yeah, it feels like 7 months.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible.
That is crazy.
It's wild.
I didn't find out I was pregnant until quarantine started. So that's the world I live in.
Yeah. Fucking hell, yeah.
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah. Now he's 7 months. Here we go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go. So it's been a while, and the last episode was a little bit hectic. So let me bring folks up to speed, especially if you're new to the show. Yeah, there's a lot to catch up on. You can watch everything on our YouTube or listen on our podcast. Plug. Shill. Our heroes are on a quest to find 4 relics that they need to defeat the magical defenses of a secret kingdom called Kraius. Kraius is a magical paradise, and their greatest treasure is the legendary Book of Dawn, a magical artifact that taps upon the awesome power of dawn magic to make things happen. It kind of grants wishes. Originally, they were doing this to find the lost heir of the kingdom of Galadron. The line of the kings of Galadron ended about 7 years ago, and the northern kingdoms plunged into civil war. Our heroes each had their own purposes for going on this quest, which has taken them across the lands of the northern kingdoms to the heart of Dotun's Rock, up to the Sky Kingdom among the clouds, and wandering amongst the fairies, the twilight paths of the fairylands. They have obtained 3 of the 4 relics that they need at great personal cost, and after going through many trials and tribulations. The last episode, they were attending the wedding of 2 great fairies, 2 archfey. And there was a love triangle and a political scheming triangle and a lot of other factors we'll leave beside the way. But they had to make a choice of which of 3 powerful archfey to align themselves to meddle in the affairs of the others in order to obtain the relic that they needed. The wedding ended in disaster.
I feel like that's putting it lightly.
Absolute fucking understatement. Oh, man.
Yeah, which fulfilled the objectives of the Lady Rowan, an unseelie queen. Her needs were met. The terms of her deal that she struck with the bard Allan O'Dale were satisfied. And according to the deal, she was to transport him safely away from the scene and give him the relic.
That's airtight. That is airtight. If you're making a deal with a genie, make sure that it's airtight. And
sorry, you're making a deal
I mean,
with
airtight's the way of putting
court, mate. I mean, cantankerous is a nice way of describing these fairies.
Are you now in like an airtight jar?
I mean, so we didn't stipulate where to be whisked away to, right? That's the issue.
That was a problem.
Yeah, man. Okay.
So are we aware of this? Like our characters?
I
doubt it.
I don't think so. I was in another dimension for a bit. Did I come back when the thing ended?
So some time has passed. I'm going to say up to a week has passed. So while I continue to bring everyone up to speed, go ahead and give yourselves the benefit of a long rest.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I do. Brem was looking a bit haggard at the end of that last episode, Michael.
I am.
Didn't we end up fighting each other in some fucking fever dream?
That was one of the episodes.
You fought each other a couple of times.
At some point. Yeah.
It's a blur. Okay.
A gladiatorial dream.
We all had to act like according to our nature or whatever was on our.
Speaking of nature, you're still afraid of it.
Are you still afraid of nature?
Am I still afraid of it?
You were imbued with several.
No, I don't know if I'm afraid of it. Am I still afraid of it, chat? I don't
don't think
remember
so.
actually. I don't think I'm afraid of it still. I think that went away. But I think if I try and heal someone or
But that
help
was-
them
that
in
was a
any
straight
way,
up act
I
of God.
actually do like a shit ton of damage to them.
Okay.
What are you good for then? Just lightning bolts.
Moonbeam?
Yeah.
Moonbeam?
I can
Right.
hurt people,
Like-
but like she can't. You know, she was built
Okay.
to help people. She was a healer. In addition
I
to
learned some
Moonbeam.
very reasonable lessons in DMing, playing like DMing for you guys actually. In particular, don't group up your units because Lysha will orbital strike them and
Yes.
just completely wipe out the account.
This is what we in the business call standard fireball formation.
I guess Joe learned don't put a fucking storm giant on a cloud. Because I play my fucking suplex him.
That would have worked fine if he didn't have the immovable rod. Storm giants can normally fly. You know, he just got his neck cracked midair.
Anyway, we're reminiscing. We're reminiscing.
Yeah,
We-
what occurred to me when I made this deal, Joe?
All right. So you agreed. You gave the Lady Rowan several spells. You didn't specify how they were to be used. They ended up being used to just murder party guests and wreak havoc. You were transformed into a chicken by angry, vengeful pixies. After you stuffed several of their compatriots in a bag of holding a while ago, I'll be honest, I don't know if those pixies even knew what you did. Pixies will sometimes just, we're going to call it vengeance. But at one point, Allan O'Dale did stuff some pixies into a bag of holding, desiccate them, dry them, and turn them into pixie dust.
Yeah, I can tell you I have
wings
three,
or some shit.
Yeah,
I have
he-
three doses of pixie dust on me.
he
Right
powdered
now.
their
Those
wings,
are the
yeah.
pixies I most recently fought. I
Yes.
have got a long history of fucking with pixies.
Yo, did you do all this like as a sidebar?
Yeah,
with
this
him or
is the
something? Did we
golden bough.
not know that you were?
Oh, this-
I remember
Oh,
him
no.
like ripping the wings off pixies.
Yeah,
at
he
some
fucked off,
point,
remember?
but, like,
He fucked off to, when we were at the wedding, he fucked off to get the golden bow on his own. Solo
Oh,
mish.
that wasn't
remember
during the
that.
wedding.
That
That
was
was when
before.
you
That was
went to the
before.
Court of Stars
Ah,
before.
okay.
yeah,
Before
that
that.
was
Yeah.
when we were with the
Went to Terra
bird
Nimbus.
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you where the pixies came from. It was an act of God at the end of the previous episode
Oh.
where spontaneous pixies kept erupting from nowhere and deciding to attack me.
Wasn't
They
it,
weren't
like, the
attacking you. They were just,
death
having
clock?
some fun.
But
They
wait,
were
yes,
is
messing
it
that
with
was
it.
like-
Bren a member of the Sealy Court now because
Yes.
he fucking did the pixie dance?
Yeah, so without Thoras doesn't really know much about the ways of the world, and he encountered like a corner gang of roadmen pixies, and Thoras, Thoras being Thoras, decided to give them a little dance, and I think he is indoctrinated in the Silly Court because he became their leader, which in part puts him under the hierarchy of the Sealy Court.
You said you
He
wanted to
doesn't know
join
this.
their gang and be their boss.
Yeah, so now I'm the boss of these pixies, but being the boss of these pixies, Thoras now has to operate underneath.
You're in the
Didn't you
Sealy
like end up
Court.
having some conversation with? Was it Nim or
Neve.
Niv, like
Niv.
as well, where she was like, "Oh, you're their boss now, okay," and like she like knew you. Did that happen? Did I make that up?
No, that
I think
happened.
so.
It was in her bower. Yeah.
Okay.
A
I know
lot
that-
happened.
A lot happened.
Oh, yeah,
And
live.
during the course of tonight's episode, there's going to be more of those. Wait a minute, it didn't, and that's fine. That's all. It's all part of the plan.
Do we have like amnesia in character? Or something?
I mean, I remember me and Bren trying to fight Morka the bear, and he fucked us up. His
Yeah.
trial of strength. We tried. We tried to fight him. I think we won, but I got some bitch ass like blink out shit on my sword. I can just piss off, even though I'm a fighter, so I don't want to do that. And these motherfuckers' axe be flying now. You know what I mean?
He was
Fucking
plotting
needed
that though. He was planning. He had like the whole skill tree for the axe, and he
Oh,
realized if I get enough points, it can Mjolnir that shit, and I can fly around with a magical axe.
Yeah, you never know when that's going to come in handy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you guys had to get wedding gifts. You fought a dragon.
Yeah.
You went to Glassweb Grotto.
I got married.
Well, you
Well,
arranged.
sort of.
You
That's right,
entered
you
into a
did.
mutual
You married,
pining
like, a
agreement.
Mutual
Yeah.
pining agreement. That's fine.
Exactly.
Aaron pines for many. It's
I
fine.
think we
Exactly.
called it a wedding.
They in
Basically
turn
married like
pine for him. It's
a
fine.
mer spider.
Listen, mutual pining is part of
Essentially,
life.
yeah. Well, it's in chivalric times, where a knight would
not a
request a
bird.
token from a lady.
Yeah,
and,
I've got a
and-
handkerchief.
Spider
Yeah.
maid.
That's why you can travel in the
Spy
Fae.
maid.
Oh, that's right. That's what that
Mhm.
ability comes from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being able to, I don't know if I want to use that though. What if I turn back up on their
Macrame?
doorstep? Christ, on a bike.
Yeah.
Well, if you do that, we're not detailing what happens next on stream. I don't want to get TOS. There's some freaky spider shit.
Some ERP between Joe and Mitch in character.
Yeah.
I put on my robe and wizard hat.
That would be Eren biting off a lot more than he could chew.
It's a good thing it's not praying mantis, because otherwise it would work the other way around.
Okay.
Oh God.
All right. So it has been several days. And I'm not going to go too far because Ash had to step out. It's been several days during which Allan has been a chicken. Allan, your mental is, for lack of a better term, intact. But you are a chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You are kept in a small cage. And I'm going to turn off the dynamic lighting to make it a little bit less. Let's turn that off, make sure everyone can see properly.
Wow.
It's an ominous sound.
Ooh, I still have the evil music playing. Nice. So, this is the Unseelie Court of the Lady Rowan. And it's a place that you visited before. And the Lady Rowan rules from her throne right here. She has her massive, swole shadow elf bodyguards on either side of her. They drink some sort of weird...
They're on the
Psalms.
juice. It's fine. They're on the juice.
Some weird juice. One of her attendants is an enchantress. There are hags and darklings and Shadarkai elf assassins. All sorts of fairies. They're constantly having a mosh pit, throwing fights, throwing parties.
Do not recommend. Do not recommend.
Yes. When they have steel boots, that's do not want.
No.
And so you have been kept here as a chicken in a magical cage because you are as promised. You're completely safe. The only thing, when you were transformed into a chicken, all of your belongings were also incorporated into that transformation into a chicken. Why don't you regale us with some of these belongings that are currently chicken?
My belongings are absolutely mental.
Our belongings!
Well, yes, ours. I can't remember everything that was in the bag of holding. I haven't written down all of what was in that, but I believe there was an infernal in there as well. There was an infernal in snake form. I think it's
the butt
Cepheus,
snake.
the god of secrets. Yeah, the ass snake. Now, as far as I remember, I still possess that bag of holding, and the snake was in there. That could be wrong, and someone might correct me from the chat, but I believe that's still the case. On top of that, I've got some arrows, a magic wand rattle, which was like Tiberius's, like an insanely powerful magic wand.
It created
but we brought him
sacrificial
back as a
rhinos.
baby. yeah.
That got
But the
liquefied.
problem is, like, it's like if you rattle it, there's some wild magic springs out of it, and it just basically booms the world.
Yeah.
So that's a thing that I have in there. There's
Just
also
loaded
3
with
doses of pixie
powerful
dust.
powerful artifacts.
There's also, I have the ability to summon a shimmering fighter, which is like this insane, powerful being.
Anachronous
Like-
minion or something like
By
that.
calling on Anacrus, who is the other infernal that I've got into bed with. So
You fucking said his name, didn't you?
You're in bed with a
I
fucking
did, yes.
infernal.
Yeah, I'm in bed with many. Now, the good thing is that I'm a chicken, and so I can't really call on any infernals right now because not really sure that they would respond to chicken kind. Now, the good thing that I do have as well, though, is I had 2 sparrows. I had awakened and given the burden of knowledge to 2 sparrows and
Can
imbued them
chickens
with
talk to
sentience.
sparrows?
That's my question. Can chickens talk to sparrows in this universe? Am I able to converse with my sparrows? Because I would assume that the sparrows, having given sentience, then speak common tongue. rather
Common
than
avian,
sparrow.
you know?
I'm going to say
But do they still possess the ability to speak?
yes.
Poultry?
Yes, they still speak. They still spill.
Bird.
The
They
foul
still speak
tongue,
the
as it
foul.
were.
Fuck off, Mitch. I was about to do that.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm
but
ruling
I mean,
on fairy tale
they-
logic. Yes, they can speak chicken. Go ahead.
and they haven't been incorporated into my form because the other items I had on me were assuming have been like turned into chicken with me.
Right, but the
those were
sparrows-
my companions rather than
Mhm.
items.
They weren't in the bag. They were
they're-
flitting around doing your dark work.
So
Well, like,
Where
were
are
they
those
on their perch?
sparrows?
in the fucking bag, aren't they?
No, because they
No,
would
no, no,
suffocate.
They don't belong in the bag of holding.
You only put things in there
So-
if you want to desiccate them and pluck their wings.
Or if they're
So-
infernals and they won't die from being in there, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. So, Joe, could you tell me whether they got transported with me? Are they in the box? Are they miles away, making their way towards me? They are sparrows. They can't really migrate very
Getting
far.
quantum slingshotted in your direction.
Well, are they African or European swallows? All right. Anyways, moving on. I am going to say that after some time, because the fairy paths are unusual, and you were in sort of a fairy area, they could make their way to you, and they would be one of the few resources you would have at your disposal. So
Okay.
I am going to take the temperature and bring everyone else up to speed in the party, but your resources are, you sit there and you can listen to everything that's going on. You can talk to any birds in the area, so you can track events, gather some useful intel. Do you have the golden bough?
I do have the golden bough in the, I believe, again, in the bag of holding. Now, I wish I had a list of the things that were in the bag of holding. I don't know what happened to that list.
It might be in Roll20, actually.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, let me investigate.
There is something in the journal. All right. So the reason I bring that up is because there are a couple different ways you can go about getting the fourth and final relic you need to reach the secret kingdom of Kraius. And one of those ways involves going to the Underworld, which the rest of the party... So you do?
I have the bag of holding here, yes.
Perfect.
And I have the items
We
that
can't go to the Underworld without that golden bough.
You can. It'll just be a very short trip. As for the rest of you,
Yes.
you remained in the city of Lunasa unless otherwise instructed. Remember that the elven city of Lunasa of the autumn woods, built up in these living trees, is magically suspended between the mortal world and the fairy otherworld, because the fiery apocalypse that was unleashed along the ley lines accidentally by Lysha in Dotan's Rock without knowing that she was the cause of it, that fiery apocalypse is basically being held in stasis. The Prince of Lunasa made a deal with the Lady Rowan to transfer the whole city in between. But if that deal evaporates and the city returns to the mortal world, so will the all-consuming flames. So all three of you who stayed behind now know the secret of how to walk into the ash cloud and cross from the mortal world into the city of Lunasa. So you're in this elven city, you've had some time to recover. The Lady Neve and her entourage stormed out. They left after placing a curse not only on Lysha, not only on Lysha's family, but on her entire culture.
Oh, the holder. Well,
Yeah, that's a thing that happens.
not only did you bring a conflagration upon the holder, but now a gigantic curse. Nice.
Yes.
I may or may not be the worst thing to ever happen to my
Favorite
people.
color.
The terms of the curse were as follows. Lysha Norwalyn, I place my curse upon you. I place my curse upon your family of Norwalyn. I place my curse upon your people, the Huldra of the Fomor Woods. I place my curse on your every deed. May every wound you seek to heal split open. May every life you attempt to save be lost. Fie on you and fie on your people until the end of my days, or until the sun sets in the east.
What? Pretty chill curse, honestly. Not too hard.
I mean, it's not too bad. Just heal your enemies, I guess.
And then you said there was a place in the underworld where the sun sets in the east or something?
Right. Morko told you that if you travel to the underworld, cross the 5 rivers, pass through the adamant gates, make your way across the kingdom of shadows to the other side, you'll reach the Isle of the Blessed, which is where the sun passes on its journey between those two worlds. And it does, in fact, set in the east.
Yeah, not
And I
too
tried to
difficult, then.
heal Neve after she did this to me, right?
I don't recall if you tried to
I don't
heal
know.
her.
But something bad happens if I try to heal people. If I
Yes,
remember
yes,
correctly.
you are very aware. Essentially, all your healing is reversed. For every point of healing you would do, you do the reverse. And you can't use that on enemies because it's based on your intent.
Oh, I see.
Every
Now,
wound you seek to heal. So.
Apparently, Eren got some of Morko's blood for his sword. You know how he's obsessed with collecting people's blood.
Yeah, he doses people.
I don't know what that imbues it with, but that's apparently what we got.
Okay, we'll figure it out. I can take a look at things. So, the 3 of you are in the elven city of Lunasa. Neve and her entourage stormed off. And the man with
Someone
roots...
said I burned my face.
I'm going to need a timestamp on that chat. A lot of crap happened.
Yeah, a lot happened, yeah.
So,
I'm gonna go feed my cats really quickly, who are very upset with me while we continue this recap. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. 7 o'clock is food time for my cats. I had to chase one off the keyboard earlier. So here is the conundrum facing the three of you who are not chickens at the moment.
Right.
Half your good stuff is gone. Do you have Dotan's dagger, Uber?
I carry that.
Okay.
Yes.
You have Dotan's dagger. Lysha has the robe of stars. So you have 2 of the 4 relics that you need in order to access the city of Kraius.
Yeah.
You do not have the golden bough, which you could use to go to the Underworld. There is a relic in the Underworld, the Cup of Ramius, that would do the trick. That would be the 4th relic that would get you there. There's a couple of other relics that you could also obtain. The Infernals have their actual home territory down there. I'm sure they have some things, little old things rattling around in the basement that would get the job
I
done.
fucking need Alan.
Yeah, we do.
He also...
Maddening.
Now, there's something I want to bring up. There are 2 ways for Lysha to break her curse. One of those is to kill Neve, because the curse only lasts until the end of her days. So, there's sort of 2 prospects available. Do you feel like passing into the Underworld, crossing the 5 rivers of the dead, bypassing the charnel hound, Caer Berathrau, who guards the adamant gates, sneaking across Ramius' kingdom of shadows and doing all that stuff? Or do you feel like killing an Archfey?
Can I phone a friend?
Yeah, sure. Who do you want to call?
The Underworld would be 2 birds with 1 stone. We got to go there anyway.
Mate, you're mental. Our party is text to the teeth to fuck shit up. All we do is fuck shit up. All we do is ruin stuff. Usually each other. All right, so you've got 2 ways to break your curse, Ashley.
Or the people we love.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the other way to break my curse?
Fuck up Neve.
The curse lasts until the end of her days.
I mean, she's basically been since the beginning of time, right?
Yeah, unless you want to carry Mr. Frodo to Mordor, basically, the equivalent, if we go to the Underworld.
I just remember watching Neve's sister melt a rhino.
Yeah, but I mean, she's the angry one, you know what I mean? I feel like she's...
And also how... Okay, I think it was also Neve's sister, but like the meteor shower. That
was
the
the Lady Rowan. That was not Neve. That was the
What
Lady
is more
Rowan.
important to us? Is he getting Josh back, or is it... I feel like we need to get
You
Josh
have
back.
to
before we
get
try
Josh
and
back.
I
He
think
has the
Josh
3rd
back is the
relic.
first thing.
He has
That's
the
the
3rd
relic.
relic.
We
Is Neve?
go-
Sorry, who is Neve?
And the relic is part of him, so we
So-
can't just get Josh back and leave him as a chicken. We have to get him back and
Neve was supposed to
transform
get
him.
married.
Yes.
Is she the
lady-
leader of the Sealy Court?
Yes.
Yes.
She
And
is.
you are
Yes,
the
you're the
right
one
in the court,
who's
friend.
you're like her
Right.
liege.
But at
So
the same
No.
time, would you serve her if you killed her, or do they have a hierarchy of, like overtaking? Like, would you be like going
then-
in,
Challenge
you're in
single
prison,
combat,
you
mate.
take down the baddest person in there
With a shiv, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, walk up behind Neve in the bathroom and just stick it with a screwdriver, mate.
I don't
You're done with
If
it.
I remember correctly, all Lysha tried to do was get them married, and then Thoras,
Don't
think
worry.
so.
There's
Oh,
no
oh,
details.
a lot of things happen. So
Yeah.
I do want to let you know that each of the 3 Fey Lords had a relic you could use. You got Lady Rowan's relic, which is currently in chicken custody.
That's right.
But Neve also had a relic, and if you killed her, you could probably take it and skip the entire trip to the Underworld. But no matter what happens, you have to get the chicken.
wait,
Yeah.
but I still have like Neve's extra dark vision, right? Wasn't
Yes.
that a thing?
Yes.
Did I have any other boons? Like I just stole her dark vision, or I just stole
I
something?
think you just
from
stole her dark vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in exchange, I can't heal anyone. That does not seem like
we're
a great
fucked.
trade.
We're not fucked. No, listen,
I don't-
here's what we do, right? No. We go back. You're a member of the Sealy Court. Thoras' legendary statecraft and negotiation ability will allow us to get the chicken back. Transform the chicken into Allan O'Dale, and then we frag the bitch. We just fucking
Is
turn around
Thoras
and frag her.
even going to be allowed into the Unsealy Court as a member of the Sealy Court?
No. We're going to the Sealy Court, aren't we?
Aren't we going to the Unsealy Court?
Yes.
He's in the
Well, that's
Unsealy Court as a chicken.
Alan's in the
He's
Unsealy
with the
Court.
Lady
Oh,
Rowan.
Yes. Yes.
I'm with the
So
Rowan.
it's not like we can just roll up with Thoras and
All
be
right,
like,
here-
we belong here.
here's
He's
a better
part of the
one.
club.
We
Like,
make another deal with the Lady Rowan, right? We get Josh back, and she helps us frag Neve. And then we get the relics.
question, are we starting in a world where we have already figured out how to get to the Lady Rowan again, or do we also have to figure out how to get back?
It will not be difficult for you to reach the Lady Rowan. It will not be
What-
difficult. You can, whenever you decide to set out on your quest, we will take you from the city of Lunasa to the Unseelie Court and
Thoras,
do a lot of acts of God.
I feel like I
Thoras
should
is
really remember
serving.
what spells I have.
Thoras says, like,
Thoras is serving the Lady Neve,
he
right?
doesn't know that.
Unknowingly.
Mm.
I mean, it's been like a couple of weeks, no?
It's been like a few days.
Has Thoras been hanging out with the Unseelie?
So
Yeah,
you
but
guys
like
have
we're
been
in
Lunasa, where the Huldra live.
Mm.
We're in the Elf City.
They are relieved to have survived the wedding. The Lady Neve has taken her leave, and she has told you that she will call upon you when she sees fit, Thoras.
Fucking hell.
Oh, no, dude.
I mean,
And the fairies, who's at least two of their names, I wrote them down somewhere, but one of them was Violet and one of them was Tiddlywinks. And I have the rest written down somewhere. They waved goodbye and flitted away.
well, what Thoras would be concerned with is if we do listen, he's got no problem trying to take down somebody bigger than him. Like he'll relish a challenge. But he's a bit concerned that he's seen the power that names can hold. After all, he controls a very powerful pack of pixies now because he has their true names. He's a little bit worried that underneath the hierarchy, if we get into a fight, he might be forced to go against you in battle.
Thoras is shrewd as fuck.
Does the Lady Neve know your true name? Or
Well,
what? Like,
I mean,
Well, how does
I'm part of the Sealy Court, so she could. I imagine she has some way to compel Thoras. I mean, Thoras doesn't know, but Thoras just knows. Oh fuck! Now I think I'm part of the Sealy Court now.
This is something that somebody could make a skill check to see if they know. By the way, Mr. Chicken,
Yep.
feel free to
by the way-
peruse. Yes?
Oh, sorry.
Well-
No, go on.
I was going
But
to
has
say,
Thoras told the rest of us what happened?
Thoras will get to make that decision in a moment. I just wanted to make sure that Josh knew that he can peruse his environment and feel free to
the
ask.
chicken already has a concrete plan of escape.
I knew the chicken would have a
chicken-
plan.
The chicken essentially doesn't need the other three in order to leave this place. The chicken is ready.
Oh, I missed you guys.
Sure.
Yes, the chicken is in a
has some
cage.
ideas.
But
The chicken needs to consult first of all with the ways the world works, because when I spoke to the Zephyus, the snake, right,
Yes.
at some point he bestowed upon me the ability to take the shadow of the recently dead in order to look like them, in order to act like them.
yet another
And
thing that
so-
absolutely happened that I
That happened that I've remembered and wrote down. So what I want to put to you is the first time of me ever using it. I've never used this before. Could one theoretically use it between, a glass box? Do you need, physical touch with the person that recently died? How far away can they be? Because what I'm thinking is there's got to be a lot of deaths. If there's a big mosh pit in the middle of the Unseelie Court, there must be people dying occasionally. If I can become like one of them and I can start to use verbal components of spells, your boy's busting out of here pretty damn quick. That's all I'm saying. Your boy's busting out of here real fast.
So you're not in a glass cage. Your cage has like metal bars. So
Okay.
I'm not going to pull this off yet, just because again I want to make sure we're balancing the spotlight here. But
Sure.
the shadow needs to touch you. You need to be able to touch the shadow. But there's like a bonfire over here. It's happening.
Okay.
It's happening
Okay, all
It's
right.
happening. What
All
we'll
right.
do at some point is we'll roll a
I've got
dice.
my plan ready to execute it whenever.
Now I will also say
amazing.
the only other thing in your cage, aside from whatever feed they give you, is the black silk bag with a little drawstring that contains the 7-year wind. You don't know its full powers, but you have reasons to believe that once you open a bag of wind, it is difficult to get the wind back inside.
Sure.
Hmm.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
All right. What did the Team Lunasa want to do before making their move? Was there a knowledge check on the books that I was hearing
What
about?
did Thoras? What information does Thoras have that the rest of them don't have?
Oh, the fact that you're a member of the Sealy Court.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. I mean, Thoras would probably be like, well, Thoras has a tale to tell. You guys think Thoras cannot make friends? Thoras made many friends.
Hey, what am I? A bowl of goldfish? You big bastard.
Thoras
carry
made
on.
friends. Little friends. Names Bish Bash Bosh. And
And Bob's your
Tosh.
uncle was the other one, yeah?
You
Tosh.
made friends with the pixies?
Yeah. Thoras made friends with the pixies. In fact, Thoras became leader of pixies.
How
You-
many pixies are you in charge of, Thoras?
I'm sorry, what?
Uh,
I must have misheard you.
four.
Did you say you
Great,
became
so we
their
can light a
leader?
fucking candelabra. But explain to me what this is supposed to mean. In the what
Plus, listen,
does this mean?
small,
Oh.
weak little Allan cannot. I mean, he has no muscles.
Do we know where Alan is, by the way? Did we see him become a chicken?
There are enough witnesses for you to be aware of the fact that he was turned into a chicken, given a magical black bag, and put in a cage and whisked away by the Lady Rowan.
Okay.
You are aware of his current.
Oh, so we know that Allan is in captivity right now.
Yes, you are aware.
Poor weak Allan. I mean, no muscles when he is person, let alone
No.
chicken.
Well, he just didn't eat very much. Yeah, now he's a chick. He
Has
probably
no
has the
way.
same amount of muscle mass, Thoras.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so sad, so sad.
I just
We
hope no
have to save
barbaric
him.
cultures decide to eat him.
Right.
And
Well,
I thought his Thoras thought this very clever plan, by the way. Thoras thinks, well,
well, let
all
me stop you
pixies
right
are
there.
the same, yes?
Wow. Okay.
I don't think they are.
No.
Your friends, your pixie friends, Thoras, seem like the tricksy but not evil ones. You know, the ones
Very
that I got
happy.
pooped
Very
on.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
There were two
there are
of
like, was it daytime pixies or like nighttime
Playing
pixies?
Wonderwall at party pixies.
Yeah. Like
Not
going
My
to a music
Chemical
store and playing
Romance.
Stairway to Heaven kind of pixies,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm,
They're
mhm.
not the same pixies as the other pixies I met in the mosh pit. Those ones were darker of complexion and they were far nastier than your tricksy ones. They're not the same.
So,
Well, they follow different courts.
Listen, what do your pixie friends know
There's the
about?
Seelie and the Unseelie.
Yeah, exactly. There's, they look different. There's the two queens, and we had a whole wedding. You were there, Thoras.
yeah.
What do your friends know about where Alan is? Because he has literally all of our stuff.
Thoras will ask. Thoras will ask. I'm gonna take a look at the name that I wrote down on my hand.
Well, I think we know where Alan's likely to be, don't we?
More specifically.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. One of them is named Tinkerbell. What
Tinkerbell.
a lovely name.
Hi, you
Thoras
talking to
demands-
someone?
What? Oh.
You can actually come. Oh my God. Thoras is a member of the Seelie court.
Thoras, social butterfly. Tinkerbell.
Oh, this is not good.
It's Tiddlywinks, but that's okay. That's fine. That's
Tiddlywinks.
yes. I'm named for a number of things. One of them is my sultry demeanor.
Oh.
The other will not be mentioned on broadcast.
It's a large word.
Yeah.
Large
Oh.
word. The,
Oh,
you know,
what a lovely
Alan?
creature.
not many muscles. Small man.
Maybe one muscle. Just,
One
yeah.
muscle, maybe, if he's lucky. He's very, very unfortunate. Born weak as a child. We need to help
Is
him. He was
deceit a
trans-
muscle?
Really. Yeah.
I don't think I've never heard of a muscle called deceit. Tinkerbell, do you know where?
It's still not Tinkerbell. But that's okay. What can I do for you, boss?
Tiddlywinks.
Do you know where this chicken man is?
Oh yes, most unfortunate, most awful.
How do we get him? Can you speak to the other lady?
I mean, yes. If I want to get deep fried and just not chomped on.
Thoras, something tells me your comrade might
Like a little
require you to
snack?
sweeten the deal a bit here.
So
I think your
why-
comrade will be killed if they do that. I think maybe we could just ask them to get us there.
What if we guarantee them protection? I mean, what if you guarantee them protection, Thoras?
I don't.
Well, I mean,
Thoras is quite strong. Thoras would
more than
protect
one
you,
muscle,
maybe.
Thoras.
If you'll keep us safe, boss, we'll totally get you there. Not a problem. Not a
so you
problem.
can get us there.
Thoras, surely you could protect a small collection of helpless and rather diminutive pixies, right? This
Easy.
is well within your
Very
ability.
easy, very easy.
Yeah.
But
What's
so-
gonna
so-
happen if he gets all of you killed? Just out of curiosity.
Woohoo.
Well, we won't like it very much because we'll be dead.
Right. How do you think Niv would feel?
I'm sorry, did you not see me vanquish Morco the bear
I did
on my own?
not
Basically
see
solo.
that. No, I was
With
in
one
another
strike of my
dimension
sword.
trying to get, married and fix everything for
Well, they're not getting
everyone.
married anymore. I think they were a bit past that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I figured that out eventually.
We must rescue Allan. Yes, we cannot. We can't. we
Yes,
cannot move on.
Allan first. Weddings, therapy later.
Yeah, wedding is done. Therapy is that bill's racking up. You know what else is racking up?
No.
Oh yeah, that.
One down.
That's great. Thanks, guys.
Hunting horns. Strength to the predators. Woe to the prey.
Is that the wild hunt?
That's the wild hunt. All right.
The Frenzy right?
This is a rank 10. This is a rank 10 act of God. Okay. So the wild hunt themselves do not immediately show up.
That's fine.
Yeah, so you can rest easy. So what this does is also, for some reason, Josh is the only person who's getting distorted, and I'm going to choose to believe that's because he's stuck in the Unseelie
He's
Court.
in fucking chicken.
Exactly. If that's not distorted, I don't know what is. Okay, so Thoras, Lysha, you two both gain one use of the spell Hunter's Mark. That you can put a mark on somebody. Because you're not a hunter. Eren is not a hunter. He's a warrior.
I hunt the rump of scullery maids. Are you kidding me?
All right, then. The next time that you're trying to get laid, you can use Hunter's Mark, and you get an advantage. You get that bonus on your persuasion rolls instead of your damage rolls. Are we happy?
Well argued.
Stuttering maids instead of scullery maids.
I said scullery. I said scullery maid.
Oh, you did scullery. Sorry.
Well, scullery maids as well. I guess.
Oh, I
if
just
it's
realized
slim
I have
pickings,
notes that I didn't read.
Is that just giving you advantage in combat?
It's a combat thing. You basically mark one foe, and you deal extra damage to them.
Ooh.
Yeah. So mark that down. You get one use of Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And
Does it stack?
if multiple people put it on him?
Yeah.
So the way it works is separately for each person. So if Lysha hits somebody with Hunter's Mark, whenever she hits that target, they take extra damage.
They're all using it on the tidiest wench in
It's
the
a
next
nano
round.
boost. It's not an orb of discord. I see.
Yeah, exactly. But because it works for each person, you can all stack it on the same person. It's like a personal Discord orb.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Sure. All right. 1 down, 7 to go.
Sorry.
7? Sorry? 7?
Chat missed you guys.
Yeah. 7.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
so
okay.
the pixies can get you to the Unseelie Court. They can bring you to the very borders of it, bring you to the edges of the Lady Rowan's grove.
Okay.
You can watch from the shadows and make your plan from there. Does that sound good?
Yes, we'll get
What?
there at least. Yeah.
If Thoras is part of the Sealy Court, can Thoras not ask for aid from Sealy Court? Are they not enemies, like warring tribes in Goliath times?
Or do you want to bring a posse to raid this place? Because I've got stat blocks. I've got stat blocks.
Why not go to war? Finally, the Fae can decide who is strongest.
If Thoras asks the pixies to ask Neve of the Golden Hair to round up a war party to go raid her sister's home,
Didn't we just try to avert a war between these people?
Neve is going to say yes.
I like this. We need a distraction, to be honest. I like fighting. Don't get me wrong, but I like a numbers advantage if possible. Generally want to be better equipped, and I just want to make sure that I'm going to win. So a little bit of a distraction.
Hey guys, hi. Neve's not gonna want to fight on my side. I might. Yeah.
What
Also,
did
my
you-
people
Lysha,
already
what did you
cursed by
do?
her.
How about we
Kinda
make it
just
look like a
see a
spirit
couple
animal
of
rhinoceros for a little
I'd
bit? then?
rather just not make another enemy of another queen for me
No,
and my
you should.
people right now.
You should not visit Neve. I don't think she doesn't.
No.
No, she doesn't like
She
you.
does not like
No,
you.
I
No.
just
Why?
don't think we should visit her at all. I think we should just go get Alan and deal with the Lady Rowan, who's probably really happy with us for doing exactly what she wanted.
Well, wait, we're not going to get him for.
Literally
We're not going to
exactly
get
what
the
she
chicken
wanted.
back for free. We could instead start a gigantic
That's fine.
cataclysmic war between
Don't I
two
have,
factions
like,
and
a-
slip in the back door.
Dress or no?
You have the robe of stars, right?
I have a robe of stars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what are you
it's
gonna do with your robe of
an
stars?
incredibly powerful
Will-
magical item. You should
will
have the details of
Thoras-
it on your character sheet.
Yeah,
But here's the thing, though,
do.
Thoras. These pixies don't listen to Lysha or Eren. They're not members of the Sealy Court. You're a member of the Sealy Court. So they can say things if they like. They can talk to you. But if you tell them what you're doing and ask them to go get a war party, then that's in your hands, not theirs.
Thoras will not use his subjects and serfs. No, Thoras will ask himself.
Ask yourself or ask them yourself.
Both.
What are we asking?
Fuck me,
who?
that's deep, isn't it?
I'm not sure I understand.
Thoras doesn't understand anything that's going on.
All
So
right.
why-
In that
why
case,
does-
if you don't understand, you know what? Goodbye, Pixie Thoras.
Why-
And Lysha's just
Lysha,
gonna
why
like
does she
link
not
him
like
under the
you?
arm. Thoras. Who doesn't like me?
What
You're
did I
not
do
the
wrong?
boss of us.
Why? Well, she's very nice. She's like sunshine. You go to trust me. Lovely
Well,
music.
sunshine if it, steals your wallet when you're not looking, but
I may or may not have a giant burn on my face, and if I do, I'm gonna see this. This is her. Hmm.
Why does she not like you?
what?
I
The
have
nasty
heard
elf lady
arguments.
messed up her perfect, beautiful, most happiest day of her life.
Oh,
I mean, that's definitely not Lysha's
intentional.
fault.
At
No.
all.
not like.
I just shook her hand. Lysha is a horrible liar.
Oh yes, Thoras remembers now. Oh well, okay. Maybe Thoras does not go to naive.
All right, so you'll give me up a potential boys' trip to the Sealy Court, yeah, in
Uh-huh.
favor of having to find some other way of trying to convince the Lady Rowan to just give us her prize chicken that she's definitely taken for herself. It definitely isn't just going to serve up on a silver platter for us to take with us when we arrive.
Will Thoras, if Thoras goes, listen, Tinkerbell.
Still not Tinkerbell, but that's okay, boss. That's fine.
What's your name?
Not a problem. It's Tiddlywinks.
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 Toddlywinks.
No.
Tiddlywinks. If Thoras were to go to this, the dark place, when you go to town and everybody's staring at you because you are Goliath, you are different. Will they see Thoras as different because I now am part of your gang?
The loincloth won't give it away at all.
Yeah, because you're on the cool side with where all the nice, beautiful, lovely, kind, sweet summer pixies and beautiful, lovely things are, and they hate
Very
everything
nice,
that's good or fun.
Mhm.
They're not going to like you very much.
But if Thoras is sneaky, then that is not a joke, Tiddlywinks.
Oh, sorry.
Wanks.
It's not a joke.
I'm
If
3.
Thoras is sneaky, will they sniff me out like unwashed Goliath child?
Most
Oh
of
my
them.
god. How many acts of God have we
8. So we're 1 down, 7 to go.
I mean,
Most
if
of,
dung beetles could shit, Thoras, that's what you smell like.
But will they smell it?
most of them are not very smart or clever, and they don't pay attention, and they got bad grades in fairy school, and they have bad taste in music. So I think most of them you could sneak past. Some of them, though, if they have yeth hounds, maybe those could smell you.
So
But
I
the rest
think
of
I
them
will.
are not very clever.
Thoras can kill. So war?
No. War is bad.
Eren is not opposed to war, especially if he himself doesn't have to partake.
Are we really going to send two cultures to war without knowing the ramifications upon
I
those
mean-
cultures? In addition to the ramifications of cultures surrounding them and the kinds of tidal waves of effects that this could have
Lysha,
upon a
don't you
populace?
think
I don't think that's a great plan.
they listen?
I think we should just go get the chicken.
Lysha is such a responsible policy major.
All right, listen. on one hand, you have this simpering attempt at statecraft with no plan outside of just turning up in front of the Lady Rowan and begging her for one of her
I'm
prized
sorry, I
possessions.
think we have plenty of
On the
things
other
with
side,
which
you
we can
have a
bargain.
boys' trip,
Lady-
scantily clad maidens, definitely. Sunny beaches, 100%. I've seen them. They're great. Trust me. Sunny beaches in the Sealy Court.
Move
all right.
to split the party.
It took 2 seconds.
So you're definitely coming with us. It's more about what Thoras decides to do.
Oh no,
You
no,
need
I'm
us.
not.
You definitely-
Absolutely not necessarily coming with you.
It's okay. Thoras will go and say, listen, we just want to have a small war. Nothing big, just small.
A skirmish, if you will. A small border
No.
engagement.
No.
Or your petit with weapons
We have
drawn.
priorities. We need to get a chicken, and we need to get to the underworld with
War
that
for the chicken.
Yes, a tiny war, and under the guise of
chicken-
No,
war.
there's no
Yeah.
such
Great
thing as tiny
chicken
war.
war.
War
Just
leads
a
to
war
war,
for
which leads to
chicken.
war, and
A bit of
eventually leads to more
argy-bargy,
war.
maybe.
Mhm.
Let's just go.
Yes.
Let's just go.
You want me to go to the...
She
the-
basically owes us one because we ruined it.
Look,
Lady
We
Nid's
pop
wedding.
by,
That
we lop off a few
bitch.
fairy heads. We'd be
I
on our
said
way.
it. That woman's a bitch.
All right,
Let's
Thoras.
just go.
Oh.
It's your choice, Thoras.
Thoras just wants to get Allan back. He cannot be trusted. He is too, again, no protein in his diet.
No,
He's
not at all.
very worried.
Basically paleo without the protein, really.
How do we get him back
like
if
some
we
wonky
cannot start a
cheeseburger.
war?
You know, he could start a war for us, but the problem is we need to start the war to get him. So
Mm.
I'm just saying.
Which came first, the chicken or the war?
I just don't want to be responsible for war between two cultures
We'll
just to get our way.
definitely say it was the Sealy Court's fault.
Doesn't matter who we say it is. We know it was our
Oh,
fault.
you can. What if you just plug your ears and let Thoras say the words, and you would be none the wiser?
Hey, Lysha, remember the time that Neve of the Golden Hair kidnapped that ancient queen from your culture, setting kin against kin in the first ever Holdrup kin slaying, spilling innocent blood across the lands?
I do,
Wow,
I
yeah,
do remember
really,
that.
really a straight A
Yeah.
student in Holdra history class, huh? Mm.
Oh no, I
Listen.
remember. I just
The bigger the
don't want
war,
my
the
people
more
to get drawn
chance.
into it. They've already been cursed by Lady Niv, so I'd rather not go to war with Lady Niv and then be on
bigger
her
war,
side
bigger
since
war,
she hates my
you-
people. Let's enlist the Lady Rowan to f- Lady Niv in the ass.
Well,
Okay.
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 Lysha's character knows more about that stuff than I think a party expects. Well, Thoras, we may have had a change of heart on this side of things.
Thoras.
So am I rallying the Sealy war parties and stuff or no?
Little wank, come here, come close. You just no.
No.
Well, what is it then?
Thoras is trying. Listen, Thoras in the past only knew war, fight, lift heavy object.
That's
run.
fun.
Very fun.
You're
but
evolving.
there's more. Thoras learns there's more to life than just fighting.
Character development.
Yes. But Thoras knows that I lack in brain muscle, so must lean on you
Yes.
to make right choice.
Ah, yes. Yes. I definitely think that that's a wise decision, Thoras, that you've made.
I'm sorry,
think-
who are you leaning on?
All of you.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
wait, do I have to
wait.
agree with her?
Hmm.
Listen, Thoras.
Thoras is not.
I want to put it very, very simply. We've had a lot of good fights, right? We've had some good fights. Even
Mhm.
the true mark of strength, though, and I think you'll understand this, is when we realize that maybe, just maybe, the enemies had a little bit more time than us to amass reinforcements. And even if you are stronger than every person in their army 1-to-1, if they all hang off you, it's rather annoying to try and swing your axe. The numbers disadvantage is still a problem, right?
Not for
But-
Thoras.
Well, I mean, all right then, Thoras.
Right. Thoras, you don't want to use an army of pixies to fight for you when you could go into battle and claim all the glory for yourself.
Are you trying to get Thoras killed now?
No.
No, but Chad is.
Oh, God.
Deep reflection. What fascinating secrets are you hiding from yourself?
Jesus. That's a good question. Who does that apply to?
The next mirror that anybody in the party sees or encounters.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Where are we right now?
You're in the city of Lunasa.
In what, like a
Where do you want-
tavern?
Where do you want it? Where do you want it?
Probably a tavern.
You've had the run of the place.
That's where you'd find me.
All right, let's come to a decision on a plan. Essentially,
Hey guys, this is a D&D campaign. Let's be in a tavern.
done. You're in a tavern. So that's 2 down, 8 to go.
Can perhaps Lysha and I could roll something like persuasion, perhaps, because I don't think Eren and Lysha are going to agree.
Wait, so are we in a tavern still in the land of the Huldra, or have we left the land of the Huldra?
You have not
since
left the
then?
land of the Huldra. So let's come to a
Nonsense.
conclusion about how you're arriving at the Unseelie Court. Let's get that far. Essentially, are you arriving with a Seelie army war party, a Seelie war party at your side? I'm hearing a no right now.
Yeah, sounds like no.
I'd like to go with a no, because the Lady Rowan has been very pleased with us and our work to date. And I feel like if there's a
Right.
Fae I'd like to instigate, it's like the
War's
other
fun,
one.
but fine. We have
We
plenty
will
more
go.
fun.
We will go rescue Allan. Thoras must speak with Lady Neve. Will not start war. I promise you, Thoras will not begin warfare without permission.
Thankfully, Thoras, you're basically an ambassador at this point. So,
Thoras will just want a quick chat, little talk.
quick war could have been a quick
No,
one. All right.
not a quick war. No,
With
no,
spoils and-
unless we get to that point. It could happen, but no. Thoras
Right.
just needs a quick
Fine.
chat.
Let's go then and talk to the Lady Rowan and try and get the chicken back.
Lady Neve first. Thoras has something he needs up front. If we are going the subtle sneak.
Oh yes,
Wait.
well we are. You, are the barbarian, me, the Yazamar fighter with the golden wings, and her who blows shit up with moonbeams. Definitely prefer the more subtle route. So let's go there first. Yes.
Yes.
Lysha kind of like points to her fisheye and gills, and it's like, I kind of look like
There's
I
orbital
belong.
fucking land strikes. Yeah.
Thoras will go alone if that is okay.
Eren's fine. He will just continue searching for the bottom of his tankard.
All right.
Eren woke up today and chose violence and is upset.
Roll an investigation check, Eren.
He's boisterous. Is Thoras?
No, Eren, roll an investigation check to find the bottom of your tankard.
Oh Christ! Yep. Well,
Allan, a 12. Yep, there it is.
oh, found it.
But you can
Oh,
never
no,
be
that
too
can't
sure.
be it.
Wait, am I
Where's the
supposed to
bottom?
roll a persuasion check as well?
Are you looking for the bottom of your tankard?
Oh no.
Then you're fine. Allan.
Hello.
I thought we were trying to persuade Thoras. I heard
No, he's made
persuasion.
fine.
Nah, when party to party, I want you guys to just hash it out. I may have to call for it's a decision point, but I still want you
that's
folks
fine.
to make the decision. Allan, the Lady Rowan has departed. Several days. You lurk for several days, and she sits on her throne and speaks with her advisor, the Shadow Elf Enchantress, whose name you have not heard. Do you speak the Sylvan tongue, Allan?
I do not believe so. No.
All right. Then a lot of what they're saying is going over your head. You occasionally get the bars of the cage are open. You occasionally get scritches on your little chicken head by various passersby. All sorts of
How benevolent for the Unseelie Court.
all sorts
do
of
no harm to me.
of feed is bestowed upon you. There are various comers and goers. You notice 3 hags cackling to each other as they sit around their cauldron, which what happened to their cauldron.
What's another Lady
Question.
Neve's champion, by the way?
Does this mean that in addition to everything, Alan has now eaten food of the Fae?
Doesn't count because he's there. He's compelled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Totally. No, it was a good check. You were her champion at the wedding, Eren. That has expired. Unless you'd like to re-up.
I know I don't want to re-up. I'm just worried that I'm not going there anyway, thankfully. She might not be pleased with me considering that, well, I mean, I don't know if I really did my job. So kind of fucked that up.
I mean, I kind of kidnapped them to another dimension.
That happened a little bit.
Anyway, carry on.
So there are hags boiling all sorts of awful things. There are shadowy figures that skulk through the edges. It's all dim light with some light that emanates from this fairy circle where red caps and goblins and duskthorn dryads and satyrs with antenna instead of horns and odd compound eyes and delirious grins dance in the flickering light.
Okay, that sounds like a fun old lot.
You know what else is here? Right in the middle, a beautiful harp of living glass.
My bloody harp.
Is that the
It
toe
did
harp?
get delivered and they've nicked it, the bastards.
But none of them touch it. The few times that they touch it, they try to set their fingers to it and they scream and hurl away with blood leaking out of their ears.
Of course they would. It's the stuff of the stuff of the
Celestial.
angels, celestials, the gods. This is not for muck like these.
Now, all this being said, after a few days, Lady Rowan takes her leave. She departs. Two of her bodyguards go with her. Two of them remain. Her faithful Yethhound remains, and her advisor, the Enchantress, remain. And you remain.
Right. Okay, then. Well, the harp does complicate things somewhat because I was planning on sneaking away. One can't particularly sneak out with a harp
Ooh, it's a
that's
little
that
difficult.
large. Right. We're going to get phase one of the plan into action, though. I don't think that particularly changes. With the Lady Rowan away, the only person I'm particularly concerned about is the Enchantress because the others cannot do harm to me. That is the purpose of Lady Rowan's kind of promise. The deal that she made with me. So I'm only worried about being like polymorphed or, fucked with in some other magical way. So I assume the Enchantress sleeps at some times or occasionally leaves her post.
For 4 hours at a time.
Okay. Do
Once
I have
a day.
a pattern to that? Okay. All right. The first thing I'm looking for is death. With my time here, have I noticed bodies, in the mosh pit or various, people supping from mushrooms they shouldn't have? The Unseelie Court feels like it would have a fairly carefree attitude to death occurring on its premises. Is this the case?
Absolutely. Violence is one of the many delights in which they indulge. But before we get to that, I'm going to have some dice rolls to see if anyone dies. And if they do die they die close enough to cast a shadow? And what sort of creature is it that's doing the dying? But first off, we have business to tend to.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, all right.
Test of strength. The mighty grow mightier. The weak are challenged.
Only
Well,
one muscle.
yeah, well,
Unlucky.
Okay, literally one muscle.
You
Chicken
are
breast.
muscle.
a chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
so what the weak get challenged is that.
So,
Just
well,
invisible.
I mean, your challenge to a certain degree is you're a chicken.
That's a challenge.
But you know how I'm going to incorporate this into the story? It is Morco is not of the Seelie or Unseelie court. He's a beast lord. So his tests of strength would be just as apt here. And so a test of strength seems like just the thing to set off a little bit of bloodshed. So roll for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll 1d10, please.
Wow, that's quite fortuitous for Alan's situation.
Okay. I got a 1. You're kidding me.
All right.
Phenomenal beginning.
This red cap gets crushed in the, and I just closed roll 20. Give me a sec. But this red cap right here is going to get crushed in the mosh pit.
Right.
Now roll 1d8.
8.
8.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unfortunately, his shadow is cast in this direction. And so it will do you little good. Roll another d8 as we kill this dude.
5.
5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, this weird bug-eyed and bug antenna satyr is the next one to die. Roll 1d8 to see where his shadow falls.
Where is Josh on this map, out of curiosity?
Josh is
Bloody chicken underneath the
chicken
next to the crown.
Oh,
next
I
to the
see.
throne,
Right up
sorry.
there. Gotcha.
he's in a little
A
cage.
5 again.
A 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alas, the shadow is cast in the wrong direction.
Okay. A couple of other questions. How big
Yes.
is this cage?
How big is this cage? It could fit another chicken, but not free range.
Okay.
And not
But what I'm
go ahead.
what I'm thinking here as well is
Not grass fed.
there's bars to it, right? I thought it was originally a glass box of emotion. It's got bars to it.
Yes, it has bars
So
to it.
in theory, if something very, very small died nearby, I would be able to take that thing's shadow and escape to an area where I could take another thing's shadow. We could have a chain of shadow taking.
That is
So,
theoretically possible.
After a couple of days, when I see, people dying off in the distance, I'm starting to grow a bit glum about my plan. It doesn't seem as good as I originally thought. This seems like it's going to take a long time. I don't know how long the Lady Rowan's away. I probably only have a limited amount of time. Call upon the sparrows, or failing the sparrows, the unseelie pixies, because I can't use their names anyway. But the sparrows are my next port of call. I'd like to try and summon the sparrows or call on them in some way and ask them to start butchering insects next to my cage.
Is this the right one? Yes. If only we were so fortunate ourselves to pass from this mortal veil once more into the sweet, sweet bosom of ignorance.
I forgot how morose the sparrows were.
The sparrows crave death at every instance. Yeah, I'd like to communicate with them. I'm willing to speak in chicken for as long as necessary to get the message across. That I want them to bring insects, things that can pass large distances, butterflies, whatever they feel like slaughtering. I don't know what sparrows normally eat, but it's got to be some kind of insect, butterfly, moth, whatever, so that I can get the heck out of here.
Yes, stream is suffering. Give us a moment here. I am going to go to a break screen, and we'll go ahead and take 5 here, and we'll see if we can bring it back.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec.